Hi! Hi! Well, hello, everybody. How are we doing today? I hope we are doing fantastically. Welcome in on this Thursday of Thursdays. I'm gonna do a little bit of Tarkov for a bit, and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do for story time. And, have a pretty alright day today.
Hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate!
Thank you for the hydrate, Shanti. I will do so momentarily. But how are we doing? Are we all doing alright today? We causing the mayhem and the hectics? What? Go ahead and get our can for our can crack. That I did. Verify real quick when we go over to the game screen that it all game screens appropriately and game audios. Alright, cool. Just kinda I have heard some of your woes for today, that is true. Hold on, I can't buy that one yet. Oh damn, they changed the level on that too. Oh shit, alright. I'll leave that in the oof category for now. That's cheaper than that. Okay, we got that, we got that. That. Which one was it? Yep. Okay. Ergonomics 8, recoil. Okay, yeah, that is much better. And you want that. And then see if we can pick one of these up. Indeed we can. With that. Alright. Huh. Big goal for today, we're gonna see if we can finally get sure. It was supposed to be test, but I didn't have my hand on the right part of the keyboard. Fantastic. Alright, and I think add a Tango 60. Okay, it's on you. I'm gonna run the Tango on that guy. Bum, 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 bum. The PM can come off of you and go on you. There we go. So that and that are all going to get sold. We're swapping over to this guy. So I'm trying a different weapon this run. Also trying to shave down just a little bit of weight off of my character here. Alright. And you. I have done a bit of hideout stash organization. So my stash actually is kind of organized, and I have a little bit of free space here for collecting the things that I'm going to sell. Then, not that backpack, this backpack. You. That's not what I wanted to do. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Motion rifle ammo. Let's see. Both of my magazine. Oh, this one's actually not as full as I thought it was. For some reason I thought this one was full. Actually sell these Glock 19 mags as well. That mag over. I have another 50 round drum mag for my M1A here. Let's see what ammo you have in you. PS ammo. More PS ammo. Huh, here's some of my 855A1. There we go. These guys are all going to get sold off. There we go. That's some of our better ammo. Okay. AK-74 mags sit next to each other. AK-47 mags sit next to each other. You go in the US ammo box. Scroll back down to our to be sold pile. One, two, three. Unload for number 4. Just wondering. You left your glasses on? Yep. It's always fun when you walk in and you're like, huh, I can see better than I'm used to seeing. Why is that? And then you're like, oh, okay. Yeah, oops. Okay. We'll run BS because we have the most of that right now. $54.37, $45.54, $45.48. We'll run BS just in case. So we're going to go to interchange, which means we can meet one of the bosses that he got a heck of a helmet on him. And this should penetrate his helmet with relative ease. Alright. Verify we have things. Spare meds. Got meds all set up. We have a couple of things we have to do here on the interchange map we're about to go to. Unload. I'll make sure I actually have good ammo here for my pistol, just in case. Okay. Sort. That's 45 ACP. It's 9 by 18. Maybe 2. 1856. 1458. 3052. Let's just go ahead and buy as much of that from Peacekeeper as we can. Okay. And what's in your chamber right now? M8A2. We'll put CP63. So I think, if I'm right, this is better penetration, but less damage. But we're taking the AP63 more as a just in case. Okay. Shaved off a little bit of weight. There's a hockey, huh? Thank you for the lurk, Shanti. I hope the hockey game goes pretty alright. Okay. Now we got more ammo. Pistol. Okay. Peacekeeper. Open that box. I would like you to buy all this green tracer ammo. This 882. Keep my MP63. Wheeling and dealing and dealing and wheel. Check 85581 60 tracer. Don't think I have any. Yeah, I don't think I had any. Let's sell some of this. No, we'll leave that for now. Alright. We'll see if we can do that. Definitely not getting that one done. Probably not going to get that one done. We'll do one more burn off of that. And we're not going to do a customs run before that timer runs out. Hideout. Let's go ahead and kick the generator on. This is going to be a little bit of a spoiler warning when we get into this. If you have not yet done parts of the Batia story mission, we are going to go over some of that particular section. So just be aware. If you don't want to get that stuff spoiled, I will be running past that soon adjacent. And the Christmas event is officially over, so I don't have my Christmas tree for producing my stuff anymore. Alright. Yes, make me a bunch more of those bandages. Thank you. Need to verify because over here I want to take that med kit. Oh, I don't have more of these antibiotic pills. How much are they selling for? Oh, fuck it. I'm about to do a loot run. Okay, got that. Intel, I don't... Fuck it, just to have it doing something, we'll do that. That's doing a thing. So workbench, lav, nutrition, med station. How much longer on this? That'll be done right when we get back. Oh, that's right. I can actually... Let's go ahead and swap out a few of these blue guys for purple guys. I've got... You actually need it for something, huh? Let's see if we can swap you out for anything unique. To be honest, I don't know if it needs to be unique items. I just have been doing unique items for the giggles. I already have one up here. So you could stay in there. Okay. Now, enter, because we're going to go work out in the... Actually, let me make sure that I... Yep, we're going to work out in the gym real quick. Alright. Muscle fatigue, nothing there. Okay, tasks. What's up, Mike? Congratulations on getting second. So, we're gonna go get this outpost. Now, I know I have stuff here at interchange. So, killing scavs, okay. I'm assuming that's just running through the entirety of the mall. Okay. Let me check these any locations. Farming, I just need to get another graphics card.
Hydrant, you bastard! Hydrant!
Thank you for the hydrate, Mike. You did miss the can crack earlier. I'm sorry, buddy. No shit, I got one PMC with a hand grenade. Nice. Lend-lease. Nope. Tarkov shooter. We're not going to get that. Is this a reference? Nope. Okay. Ref Tarkov. No. Vitamins. Okay. That one I'll have to look into. Figure out where these are. Test drive. We'll be going back to customs after I do a couple things in interchange. Shooter Born in Heaven. I could do that, get the MXLR out. And that's just finding material. That stupid thing. Okay, cool. So yeah, we're just gonna go kill a bunch of scavs. Find the outpost, the bear outpost. And then, the cart track and potentially the indoor. What's it? It'll all depend on what we find. Big thing that I'm looking for, I need to find that electric drill, and I want to find another GPU. You know what? We'll do a quick scav run. He got a shotty. And let's see what he's got in his bags. I'm assuming he's only got pockets. Yep, only had pockets. What do we got? Oh, not O-scope. I actually am going to need one of those real soon. I'm going to need a bunch of those really soon. But a bunch of buckshots. Oh, make my shots count. And I think this is level. And just. That's level 3. Okay. Ba-ba-da-ba. Awaiting server start. Do-do-do-do. That's it. Back up a little bit. Back up. Back up. Catch. Catch. Oh, so close. You enjoy your chicken nug. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-da. Na 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 na. No, come on. Yep, there we go. What, fat boy? What, fat boy? Be careful with your paw. Remember, your paw was hurting. Oh. One of these days, if I ever have my own office, I might have a doggo cam set up. And they'll do a doggo and a catto cam, but those are going to be later. Na 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 na. Oh, we're loading loot pools. It's going to be ever so slightly behind time. No, it's just gonna be like 5 minutes and 3 seconds. See? 5 minutes and 3 seconds. Oh, well, this isn't a great spawn. It was not terrible. It would have been nice to be outside. I do love how the Christmas event's supposed to be over, but I got a scab with a Grinch mask. Okay, this is D. Okay, cool. We're gonna go pre-explore a little bit with the scav over here, just kind of identify good loot spots. So that's the scav camp, if I'm not mistaken there. Right there. Let me double check. Okay, because... Yep, so that's scav camp. There's a train. Let's do this without falling to our deaths. Okay. Do have to be careful because there are mines, possibly. And do we have path to river? We do not. We have railway and Emercon. Okay. Nope, can't make that. Okay. Now there's supposed to be a bunch of goodies over here. Oh, that's right, I don't have a fucking backpack. There's supposed to be a bunch of loose tech and medical and stuff all over the place here, so we'll see. Nothing in the big weapon box. GM counter. USEC statue. Can't take it to wear it. That's rude. Come on, duffel bag. Nope. Okay. Let's be a Xeno. A syringe. No, G-phones. See? Alright, yeah, I mean, there's a whole lot of goodies all over the place here. We did those two, we did that one. I think we also did... Yep, we got that one, we got that one. Okay. Now, over in this area, there's supposed to be tool spawns all over the place. Oh, look at that, an AFAC. Fuel conditioner, weapon parts. This shelf can have tools on it. Alright, yeah, we'll have to come back here with the PMC run here in a minute. And see what other goodies we can find. Ah, okay. Yeah, look at that, bullbacks. Really nice to find a PGW. That's just a can. Actually. No. Kind of need each of those. What a fuel canister. Alright, then here you do a signal flare and then get out that way. Alright, cool. We got HPBT, PBM, Ps. Didn't take the Ps. That's not what I meant to do. Use the Ps. No, no, no. Alright. Yeah, no, this is a good spot. Definitely have to come back here. See what I can find while I investigate. Alright. Do need to be cautious leaving because there is a mine, potentially. But it's up there. We should be okay going this way. The emphasis on should. I can't guarantee garbage. Nobody called it a mine. Squash. Alright, well, let's take a quick sprint through Scav Camp. Oh, come on. How much time we got left? Oh, we got 25 minutes. We got plenty of time to do a loot and scoot. Hoping we can get the jump on a PMC with a backpack. But if this runs the way that I think it runs, Pab 9 and it's a good 9x39 ammo. I'm just not running 9x39 anytime soon. Okay. Man, 150 rounds of PP. I'll take it. And Fox 25. Hey, an army cat. Yeah, I'm not allowed to vault into there. What's in the ammo box? 20 rounds of Pab 9. Potentially some goodies in here. Doesn't look like it right now. That's fine. I think I actually have to mark that thing. Oh, welcome in, Super Dave.
Hello there.
Thank you for the follow, buddy. How are we doing today? Na, 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 na. Nobody wanted the zigs again, huh?
Super X Dave just raided with 3 views.
Thank you for the rave there, Super Dave. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Welcome in, Raiders. Playing Resident Evil 4. Is that... Are we playing the OG one or the remake? And welcome in, Raiders. It is good to see you. Okay. I am the one, the only, the amazing, the Wanderfloof. I am also known as Wander or Waffle. Please no Floof. That is reserved for very special friends. We're doing some Tarkov here. Just kind of basic running. Welcome in, Spicy. I'm assuming you're the reason that we're over here. But I appreciate you coming in and stopping by. I do understand if you need to raid and run and get some food, get some water, take some naps. After stream care is always important. But I appreciate you stopping by and saying hello. What's that for? Interesting. But how was the Resident of Evil? Did you do the things and kill the bad guys? I forget exactly what goes on Resident Evil 4, to be honest with you. Aha! Barrel. I appreciate it. Hang on just one moment. Apologies for that. We had a doggo emerge come up, but never played a Resident Evil before. I personally haven't played much of the Resident Evils, and it's definitely a series that I have seen a lot of, and it looks like it's a heck of a lot of fun. But I do way too many various games. It's not the box I wanted that to go in. It's okay. That all can get sold back. Okay. But I appreciate the raid. I appreciate you guys coming over. Spicy, thank you for the recommendation. But I hope you've been enjoying the Resident Evils. I do know some of the older games it gets interesting with the controls. Especially the old camera controls, because if you haven't played any of those old fixed camera games in a while, it takes a lot to get used to. Yep, thank you. I have to find a spot for all of that now. I do not want to destroy that. I don't need another grenade case. I don't need more cleaner yet. Interesting. Just checking really quick. There's nothing in there that I want to make right now. Oops. You have about 30 seconds left. You are ready to be installed. Oh, neat. Alright, what do I need for the library? Oh, I need more of these tech manuals. Had a shit ton of money. Okay. God, this MDR is just hilarious to me. Alright. We got that, we got that, we got that. Character. We have food, we have medical, we have ammo, we have grenades. I want to swap out that M67 for a different grenade. Oh. Okay. I need to get another med case, I think. I'm pretty confident most of these are full. Yeah. I need to start. Oh, I need to use medical and start burning these guys up too. Yep. So I've been making these bandages because in the med station, you can use them to craft first aid kits. So I need to craft that first aid kit, then craft these first aid kits, and just go to town. Go ham, as some might say. But back into character. You know, I really enjoy the fact that I have PvE available to me, because I don't play this game enough in order to be competitive in PvP, and I know that if I were to try and play PvP, it would drive me absolutely insane. So this is nice to have for this is nice to have. That's for sure. I got plenty of mules. Last me a little while. Alright. Ammo, gun. I was going to swap out grenade. The M67s are nice, but they're a little annoying. There we go. 2 F1s, 2 Vogs. Okay. No, he's going to be a good one to run around in. Back to interchange we go. 6 a.m. is going to be the better bet. Therapist, ensure all of the stuff I care about. Oh, speaking of. Ah. Yep. Before I get too far ahead of myself here, let me get my insured backpack back. Interesting. Trader. I'm still a little all over the place. I keep meaning to do things, and I forget that I'm going to do a thing, and then it's like, oh yes, that's right, I was going to do a thing. Alright. Back. Maybe temporary storage here. Water, water, water. No, 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 no. But how have you been, Spicy? You been doing alright there, buddy? Been causing all the mayhem and the trouble as per the norm? Okay. Excuse me. Did not expect that. Alright, got that. Fantastic. All of that's insured and ready to go. I think it's a mechanic. Maybe peacekeeper. Okay. I see. Okay. Ready. You know, I'm pretty alright myself. Again, I've been working back into Tarkov here. I figure I'm gonna do a week or two of just push, push, push and see how close I can get to escaping. Actually, real quick while I'm still thinking about it, send Dave a follow back. Trend. Close. I wonder. Skills card. Ah, okay, it's up in the idea section. Neat. Alright, let's do that. Oh. Alright, we are on the back side of the mall. Which means in order to get where I want to be, I have to go all the way around. But I think if I go this way, I can hit up Power Station real quick too. I'll try and hit Power Station real quick. I'm gonna kill as we need to. Nice thing about doing PMC runs versus scav runs, if I see somebody, I just shoot them. Scav runs, I have to think about it a little bit first. You don't want to accidentally shoot scavs too many times. There. it's that way. Each piano. $2. I have plenty of those right now. Oh god. What happened there? Actually, we'll take it anyway. The hell of it. No, he's dead. Oh my. That's not a good ammo. No, 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 no. So big thing, what I'm looking for right now, I'm trying to find at least one electric drill. I just need one. That's all I need. But as per the normal, when you need something, it becomes nearly impossible to find. So I'm hoping that I can burn through enough of this over here real quick before scabs start showing up. Gotta be careful because if they do get up to the roof, there are a couple of heavy machine gun mounts. And if they decide to jump on, are going to make life miserable. The other thing that I'd like to come across if I can, and it'll probably be a next raid, if I get to drill this raid, is a graphics card. Because, like in the middle of the pandemic, graphics cards are nearly impossible to find. Shit. All these doors being open doesn't bode the best. And, oh, nope, that had stuff in it. What stuff do you have? What are you? Matches. Maps can go in the docks case. Now there should be one. Well, there's also a chance it didn't spawn. Unless I think there's a PC block that's supposed to be in here somewhere. Nails, don't care about. Boxer ammo, I have a shitload of. Power cord, I'm gonna need one soon. Zippo, I have a shitload of. 9 grand, huh? How much time do I have left? 32. Do I have river? I do. Do I have green flare? I don't know. I do. Damn it. Okay, inspected all of that. It's fucking windy. Find that. Vault that. Down. Vault that. The other thing is the vehicle extract here? I didn't even think to look. Because if it is, I'm gonna stay kind of close. It is not. Okay. Actually, let's head up to the roof real quick. So yeah, heavy machine gun mount there, heavy machine gun mount there. Make for a spicy moment. Anything fun in the weapon box? Uzi stock. Can't tell if somebody's gone to loot him or not. These are kind of neat because he like had a little pull start on him. No, let's go loot my kills real quick. Oh. He was screaming like he died. Unless it's him up here and he tried to run up the ramp and bled out, but... Oh, nope, somebody looted him. Damn. Okay. Na 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 na. That's the kind of interesting thing about this game is sometimes you don't see a damn person anywhere. Other times you have 15 kills in the first 30 seconds of your raid. And there absolutely are in-betweens on that. And sometimes you get swarmed, sometimes you don't get swarmed, sometimes you just kind of steadily find people. Oh, there you are. Bonk. Thank you for taking time to run at me. What you got? Ooh, another mule? I'll take that. EWRs. Ooh, a full AFAC too. And a big stick of 6.3, huh? Alright. Cool. I'm not taking your 870. I don't need a... Don't need that. Big thing I have to be concerned about is these wide open doors. I just realized last time I actually played this game, played this game, cultists weren't a thing yet. It used to be you went on night raids because nobody wanted to deal with night raids because there were no NVGs in game. It was solely solely flashlights. And people just hated having to deal with that. So if you wanted a quiet raid where you didn't see anybody, you went on the night raids. Nowadays, you get all sorts of goodies. Make dealing with the bullshit of night raids super easy. Okay, do I run back through Scav Camp? Yeah, I might as well. Might come across things in Scav Camp. I'm gonna be conscientious of our time here. Especially because this, so we probably won't do another raid today. Because I do need to get into story time in the not too distant future, and then get off to bed. I have to get up extra early tomorrow. Nothing in there, and that's a dead end tent. If I remember right, it was like most likely. Ooh, hey. I know somebody else took shots at me. Where you at? There you are. That was a PMC. He might not have much on him. He probably won't have much on you either. Water infused with crouton seasoning. Yum yum. No, this wasn't a PMC. Oh, he's got these. The old John B. glasses. SJ6, that's a good injector to find. Nothing in your wallet. You're running green tracer. We're at time-wise, 19 minutes. Okay. Can't think of anything like promised by Scav Camp here. There's no valuable tool loot. There's a couple of... Yeah. Okay. Now we need to be cautious because could be scavs, could be PMCs all over the place here. But I'm hoping we will find that electric drill I've been after. We'll take more of those. I really like the Balder Pro. No, no. Ooh. Nothing in those shelves. We got pink chair. Hybrid. Oh, no shit. That's the big ouchie water. Ooh, super water. Well, I got the good bullets for my SIG. 45 FMJ. Weapon crate. Take meds. Saline. Thank you for stretch, Shanti. How goes the Hauki? Chantal, what have you had to eat today? Yes, the full list. This way, 7mm buckshot. Another broken G phone. Nothing good. Coffee beans. Rip. BP. Got a splint. Got a defib. Salua. Another 120 rounds of PP ammo. Fuck. I don't remember where I shot that guy at. Ah, there he is. Damn. He's got a bunch of shit on him. Fuck. I'll take attack 30. Oh, so you have properly eaten some food today. I am impressed. Uh-oh. .4-ish liters of water. Oh gosh, my Google Chrome has fully shit the bed, has it? Quite acceptable, actually. I am proud of you. And not sarcastically proud, like actually legit proud of you. I'm already on the wrong side. Okay. Well. Can't win them all. Nisker ration pack, sure. So before we get to those. We got a ratchet and a pipe wrench. Uh-oh. Might have to pop Mule and more SJ6 and fucking book it. Shit. Yep, alright. Part 1. Part 2. Part 3. Time to find out if we'll make this. Mm-hmm. All right. Oh boy. Oh, we got plenty of time. Look at that. Drugs got us here with more than enough time. I can do more looting if the barrel caches are here. See, barrel cache. Don't really want anything out of that one. Ooh, tunnel vision. If I remember right, it's up here by the back wheel. Yeah, it's not here this time. Alright. I have 3 minutes. There's potentially one over here by this other truck. If I remember right. There come the tremors. Okay. One of 3, that's about what I expected. Time to GTFO. Look at that. Successful. Ooh, perception leveled up. That's exciting. Oh god. Bunch of shit finished in this constructing as well. Uh-oh. Come on, Tarkov. Come on, Tarkov. I believe in you. There it is. Okay. I did get him. Okay. Chalk up 5 more scavs to the death counter. Why do you have milk skin? Did you not heat up your milk correctly? You did, didn't you? You heated up your milk wrong. Yeah, you heated it slowly from low temperatures, but did you stir it or did you just let it sit there? Because you do have to stir it and disturb it. Otherwise it does develop a skin. Yep, I figured. You just kind of let it go and do its own thing. Chantel, Chantel, Chantel. Whatever will we do with you? So it wasn't heated slowly. Also, every 10 seconds, take it out, stir it, put it back in. That stops that from happening. Goober. Heated slowly my foot. You nuked it. Actually, it's still around that I wanted. Yep. Seventy 70% power, 2 minutes, stirring every 10 to 20 seconds. You get the disappointed dad sigh. Big inhale, hold, and then let it go. It can't carry it. Oh, I'm gonna loot so much more shit. You get the disappointed dad sigh. Hell yeah. Right in the way of the scope. Nah, that's going to be dropped off to the side here. Probably do it on the cantilever mount. AKMS is for selling. Alright, gas and Romeo 7 sits there. Cord. AWR. Super water. Nice try, Mike. Although, if you're going for other people, good job. If you got them. If you're going for me, it did not work. Bolts. Metal parts don't go in there, though. Oh my gosh, this is going to make my storage so much nicer. I got a can for nuts and bolts. Yes.
Oh, princess. Princess, where are you? You can run, but you can't hide. It's virtual backshot time. Here, girl.
Nuts. D's. I'm a child. Oh, it doesn't show it. Sad. Oh, but you... Oh... Okay. Will you go into the item cases, though? No. I see. I see. No. Alright, we got that, we got that. Fantastic. Back to the chatting screen. Because it is... story time soon. Need to check and see when the last ad ran. Right now. Right now is when the last ad is running. That ping for story time. Over here. You have 2 minutes, Chantal. You have until I get everything set up. Watch. That's a really long one. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, this one will do. We got that. Let's go ahead. We're gonna sit in on the patio today. It's a patio style day today. Hit that, hit that. We have creepy music. 30 seconds. I gave you a full 4 minutes. All right. Let's see. Got that. We have that. We'll push that out by 1. Okay. Here is our story for tonight. It is, I was a park ranger stationed in a fire tower. It had a strange set of rules, written by user Horror Rider 1717 and r/nosleep. And here we go. When I first got the job, I couldn't believe my luck. I was a very solitary person who loved to read and be alone. When I saw an ad for a park ranger manning a fire tower, I about jumped out of my skin. Working overnight at a Walmart wasn't exactly the best job in the world, and there are some stories I could tell about that as well, but I'm not going to right now. So I applied for the fire tower job and was absolutely ecstatic that I got it. They made me do a week of training before my first shift. Most of it was dry reading, making sure I was qualified in CPR. They showed me the job's ins and outs, and then I followed in my car as we drove to the tower. In the middle of the day, it was awe-inspiring to stare up at the underside of the tower looming above me, suspended high in the air by the metal pylons. Once I started climbing the narrow metal stairs with hints of rust at the edges, I was somewhat less than excited. In fact, I was terrified. I'm not a big fan of heights. I don't go all vertigo or anything, it's just that I prefer to have my feet on the ground. Once we got to the top and pushed open the trapdoor to climb onto the deck that surrounded the tower, I was doing a little bit better. I opened the door that led to the tower's interior. Looking around the room made me forget all about the terrible climate. It was like a small apartment. There was a small refrigerator, a sink, counter, cupboards, and a little table. The center of the room was a map that was permanently attached to a table, and of course there were windows all around. It was a 360-degree view, as you would expect for a fire tower in the middle of a state park. The view was absolutely amazing. I could see the peaks and valleys for miles in every direction. It was a photographer's absolute dream. The other ranger explained what was expected of me. We would work in 24-hour shifts, so there would be times I'd have to sleep, but I had to set an alarm to get up and scan for problems at least once per hour during the night. During the daytime hours, I was scanning every 30 minutes. There was a radio to report any trouble and a phone in case I needed to call the fire department. In my mind, I was already drooling at the thought of getting paid to take amazing pictures and sit around and read books. The ranger told me that it was extremely important I read the rule book first thing. He asked if I had any questions, and I said no. He reinforced that I could not leave the tower no matter what until I was relieved, so I followed him down the narrow staircase to grab my supplies from my car. He got in his truck and hesitated for a moment as if he wanted to say something else, but he shut the door and wished me well, then drove away. It took me 3 trips to get all my stuff to the top. At home, it was nothing to bring a few boxes of groceries into the house. Here, it becomes life and death. I was near the top when the box in front of me when I stumbled on one of the narrow steps and nearly fell over the side. I paused for a long moment to regain my balance before I continued up to the top. Suddenly, it struck me that this job might not be the cakewalk that I thought it would. I pushed that thought to the back of my mind and I went for my next 2 loads. The basic supplies, books, phone chargers, a camera, occupied the second and last trips. Once I was up for good, I collapsed onto the chair. I was on my way to Napland when I heard static on the radio. I jumped and grabbed it. "Hello?" I said, but nobody answered. I figured this is the ranger's subtle way of reminding me it was time to do a check, but lugging 3 loads up the tiny stairs of death put a serious crimp on my firewatch time. In fact, it had been nearly an hour since the other ranger had left. So I did my slow pan around the room, checking every part of the forest for smoke and seeing none. Having successfully completed my first go-around, I celebrated with a bottle of water while I put up the groceries. The cupboards weren't exactly empty, but they weren't a gourmet's delight either. Nearly a full shelf of baked beans didn't exactly thrill me, but I had supplies that should last me for a few shifts. I set the bread on the counter and loaded the cold cuts into the fridge. I'd get more options the next time that I went shopping. And by the time I'd finished putting things away, it was time for another check. The sun was starting to set, so I grabbed my camera, took some absolutely beautiful pictures, and couldn't wait to upload them to my computer at home. As I looked around the room, my eyes landed on the manual, and I realized that I hadn't read it yet. I sighed and took it over to the chair. I was sure it would have me out cold in no time, but as I opened the book, a piece of notebook paper fell out. I picked it up and read The Real Rules. 1. Never, under any circumstances, leave the firewatch tower until you are relieved. 2. Turn off all lights between the hours of 2 and 3 a.m. 3. If you receive a radio transmission or phone call between those hours, do not answer it. 4. If anyone knocks on the trapdoor during those hours, tell them they have to wait till morning. Do not open the door. 5. If you see a glowing object floating towards the tower, don't look at it. Cover your eyes, count to 50. When you open your eyes, it should be gone. If not, cover and count to 50 again. 6. If animals surround the tower, don't go down to look. Fire your flare gun into the air twice, 1 minute apart. Then lock yourself in the bathroom and pray for the best. I set the note down and just stared at it. Is it a joke? Were they just having some fun with the new guy? I wasn't looking forward to getting hazed at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I put the note back in the book and skimmed through the rest of the manual. It was a real snooze fest of standard rules and other nonsense. For the next check, I decided I'd use the binoculars. I was rewarded by seeing a bear and 3 deer. I pulled out my camera and got some pictures, but the zoom wasn't quite as much as I needed to get some really good shots. You could still tell that it was a bear, but it was quite blurry. I decided that I'd go camera shopping with my first paycheck. What was the use in having this spectacular view if I can't get good pictures of it? Soon after sunset came the twilight. The sky was lit up with a brilliant orange. I snapped more pictures and did my scans. I was just about to go inside when I noticed a thin wisp of smoke in the distance. I grabbed my binoculars and tried to get a better view, but there were too many trees in the way. I pulled out my compass, got the general direction, then grabbed the radio and called the ranger on duty. I told him that I had a fire and gave him the direction and general distance. He acknowledged and said he would check it out. I stayed glued to my binoculars, waiting to see the smoke lessen. Minutes seemed to take an eternity as the smoke continued to rise. Nearly a half hour later, the radio came to life. "Hey, rookie," the ranger said. "Did you find it? Did you put it out? I still see smoke. Did I tell you the wrong place?" I said in the radio all in one breath. "Whoa there," he said. "Everything's fine. It's just a campfire." "A what?" "A campfire," he said. "Nothing to worry about." "A campfire," I repeated in the daze. "Yeah, you'll want to see more smoke, and it should be a lot thicker and darker before you call it in." I stood in silence, my face beat red with embarrassment. "Cheer up," the ranger said into the silence. "At least you didn't call the fire department." I looked over at the phone, knowing that I was mere minutes away from doing that very thing. "Yeah, thanks," I said. "Sorry about that." "Don't worry about it, kid," he said. "At least you erred on the side of caution instead of letting the forest burn down." I put my face in my palm and shook my head. So much for a good first impression. Twilight had faded, leaving the last few vestiges of light as the clouds transformed from dirty gray to black. I began to realize just how alone I was out here when the canopy of night fully fell. Doing my checks from inside was nearly impossible. I had the lights on, and every window I looked out became a mirror of me looking back at myself. Alone in a wooden box, suspended 100 feet above the ground, made it that much creepier. I stepped out on the deck of the cool evening air. The darkness was oppressive. I couldn't see anything. How was I supposed to see smoke? I did a slow walk around the deck, looking out blindly at the trees. As my eyes adjusted, I was able to make out the shapes of mountains and even the soft glow in the distance of the nearest town. It was a small comfort to know that things still existed out in the world, and I hadn't been plunged into this cover of darkness. I finished my check and stepped back inside. After being out in the darkness, it was way too bright, so I turned off the main overhead light and the light over the entrance. The room settled into a comfortable glow with just enough light to see, but not blind. In fact, it was a little too cozy. I felt a nap coming on. I laid down on a surprisingly comfortable cot and closed my eyes. I woke sometimes later to static sounding on the radio. I reached for the radio to answer, but something in the back of my mind told me not to. I looked at my watch and it said 2:12 a.m. I froze. Looking around the lit room, I thought about the strange rules I had read earlier. I reached up, killed the light, plunged the room in the darkness. As my eyes adjusted, I could see a few things as I looked out the window. I swear I could see someone peering in at me. Just then I heard static on the radio. There was a voice trying to get through, but it seemed too weak. I waited to see if they'd call again, and a minute later the static sounded again. And beneath it, I could hear a voice. It was a little stronger this time. I could just make out, "Help me," it said in a feeble yet insistent voice. I reached for the radio, but something made me glance at my watch first. It was 2:23 a.m. I faltered and didn't answer. Those creepy rules, I thought. What if they're real? What if I've already broken one by having the lights on? What happens when you break the rules? I sat in silence, wanting to know the answer, but at the same time, I didn't want to know. The radio call came through much more clearly this time. "Help me! Can't anyone hear me? I need help!" The voice sounded desperate. I couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman. It had a strange quality to it that I just couldn't quite place. I fought the urge to answer, not knowing if I would be fired for dereliction of duty or not. This is what I was out here for. I needed to answer, but my mind just wouldn't let go of those rules. The minutes ticked by like hours. 3 more times the radio sounded out its plea, each time sounding more desperate. I watched the time, counting the seconds until 3. When it finally came, I picked up the radio. "Whoever was calling for help, please state your position so I can relay help to you," I said. "Who's this?" came the answer on the radio. "This is a park ranger manning the fire tower." "Well, park ranger, I've been on this channel all night, and yours is the first voice I've heard." That's not possible, I thought. "I've had several calls for help over the last hour," I said. "You sure?" "Absolutely, I wrote down the time of each call." "Then why didn't you answer them until now?" I paused. What could I say? Because a weird list of rules told me not to? "Ranger?" I said hesitantly, Extenuating circumstances. Extenuating circumstances, the voice repeated as though tasting them. And what circumstances would those be? Whoever this was, they weren't going to let it go. Not at liberty to say. You mean like falling asleep and breaking the rules? The voice said, sounding deeper, raspier, and more menacing. I froze. I hadn't turned the lights on yet, leaving the room in an eerie darkness that felt me feeling very exposed. I slowly panned around, looking out the windows, remembering the earlier feeling of being watched. You can look all you want, but you won't see me, the voice said. It's after 3, I said, hoping the terror I felt wasn't evidence in my voice. You have no power over me. The voice chuckled, and it was not a pleasant sound. Normally you would be correct. However, you broke the rules. What if I don't know about the rules? I said, grasping at straws. Nice try, but you knew that you should be safe after 3. Damn it, I thought. Picked up on that. So what do you want? I said, fearing the answer. We're hungry, the voice said, only now it sounded like many voices speaking all at once. Come down and let us feed. My legs turned to rubber as I stumbled over to the door and stepped out on the deck. The moon was rising half full, casting light into the darkness. I looked down and saw over a dozen large animals surrounding the tower in a circle, each one of them looking up at me. I dove back inside, locking the door. I frantically searched for the flashlight. Once I found it, I picked up the phone to call the ranger station, but there's no dial tone, so I hung up, tried again. Still nothing. Pulled out my cell phone, but no signal. Paused to clear my head. All right, I thought, you're freaked out right now, but what's actually happened? A weirdo on the radio, animals are on the tower, and that list is making you paranoid. Just then I looked outside. There was a light off in the distance. It looked like an airplane. The problem was it was heading straight towards me. It was mesmerizing. I found myself staring into the rapidly approaching glow until I realized it was going to ram the tower. I found the best cover I possibly could on the opposite side of the room, surrounding myself with as much furniture as possible. Being the furnishings being sparse meant that I dragged the chair over in front of me. I covered my eyes and hoped for the best. I may or may not have mumbled one of those "I promise I'll be good if you get me out of this" prayers. Seconds turned into minutes. Nothing happened. I peeked over the edge of the counter and the light was gone. I breathed a sigh of relief and wondered why I hadn't heard any engine sound. I decided it was because I was too busy ducking for cover. Then it hit me. I grabbed the manual and pulled out the list of rules. There it was, Rule 5. If you see a glowing object floating toward the tower, don't look at it. Cover your eyes, count to 50. When you open your eyes, it should be gone. If not, cover and count to 50 again. I read over the rules again and realized just how many had come to pass. For a long moment, I thought it was an elaborate joke. Some of the rangers yanking the rookie's change, but there's too much that I couldn't explain. The radio transmissions, glowing light, animals surrounding the tower. I realized I'd broken that rule too. I hadn't fired the flare gun as instructed. I dug through the cupboard where the emergency supplies were kept, and I found the gun. I grabbed 2 flares, stepped out on the deck as I questioned the intelligence of firing flares that could end up causing a forest fire when I was supposed to be trying to prevent them. I heard a strange sound. I held my breath and cocked my ear for a better listen. It wasn't one sound, it was many. I glanced over the side of the rail towards the ground and saw that the animals were all growling and pawing at the ground, working themselves into a frenzy. I backed away, loaded the first flare, pointed it up, and fired. It rose majestically, glowing blood red until gravity slowed its descent and pulled it back down to earth. I watched it closely to make sure not only that it went out, but where it landed, just in case. I waited the minute and fired the second flare, watching where it landed as well. I stepped back inside and hid in the bathroom as instructed. I knew in my heart I was safe from the animals as long as I didn't go down the steps. The radio sounded off, scaring me nearly half to death. Tower number 5, the voice said. I've seen your flares and I'm on my way. Are you physically injured? No, not at the moment, I said. I'll explain when you get here. Roger that. En route. I tried to calm my nerves by thinking about what job I would apply for next and how unfortunate it was that this one didn't work out. I thought about what I was going to tell the ranger when he got here. I couldn't tell him the truth, but what else could I say? There are some animals at the bottom of the tower that scared me. I honestly considered calling him back, telling him not to come when I felt heavy footsteps on the bottom stairs of the fire tower. I must have been daydreaming and let time slip by. I stepped out of the bathroom and went to the trapdoor. Are you here already? I said into the radio as I reached down to unlatch the trapdoor. That was fast. What are you talking about? Came the clear answer over the radio. I'm not there yet. I paused as I felt the footsteps come close to the top. Where are you? I said quietly. I can barely see the tower. I'm probably a mile away. His words hit me like a sledgehammer. I looked down at the bolt that I was about to unlatch and pulled my hand back very slowly. Which direction are you coming from? I said. Southeast. I looked in that direction, and sure enough, I could see headlights approaching. The radio sounded again, but with a slightly different voice. Tower, ignore that last transmission, it said. I'm already here. Let me in, please. I stared down at the trapdoor as though it wanted to bite me. Tower, let me in, it said more intensely. I backed away as something began beating on the trapdoor with tremendous force. The board shook with every impact. I stepped inside, locked the door, and barricaded it with my only loose piece of furniture, the chair. Tower 5, Tower 5. I don't know who is talking to you, but it isn't me. Do not open that door. Repeat, do not open that door. I backed into the bathroom with the flare gun in hand and locked the door. The pounding on the trapdoor became louder, and I knew it wouldn't take much more of a beating. The whole room was shaking with every impact. I closed my eyes, and I prayed in earnest this time. Then, my salvation came in the form of the engine sound of a pickup truck. I knew the real ranger was here. As I listened, it came closer and then stopped. There was an awful silence for a moment, then gunfire over and over, multiple shots in rapid succession. Then there was a lull, followed by more shots. The pounding on the trap door had stopped as soon as the truck pulled up. Coast is clear, Ranger. You can open the door now, came a voice over the radio. I put my hand on the knob, smiling to go out and greet my savior when I heard a weak transmission. Don't, not me, it rasped. A heartbeat later, the screaming began. It was a gut-wrenching scream of terrible suffering. I could hear it beneath me. All I could do was drop to the floor, curl up in the ball as the screaming went on and on. I closed my eyes and tried not to imagine the poor ranger being ripped to shreds by God knows what. Soon, the screams lessened in volume and intensity as though they were moving away. I rocked back and forth, hugging my knees until unconsciousness mercifully took me. I woke to strange voices calling my name. I woke up and noticed I was surrounded by people in blue uniforms. I panicked and backed away from them as fast as I could until my back hit a wall. Calm down, one of them said. It's all right. I looked around the room like an animal that had been backed in the corner. I was ready to fight my way out. Are you injured? He asked. My mind raced to trying to remember where I was. I looked at the window. It was morning. The sun was shining. I could see blue clouds. Everything from last night came back to me in a rush. I looked around the room and saw that there was nothing out of the ordinary. I'm not injured, I said to the EMT. Can you tell us what happened here? A ranger said from behind them. I looked over at the manual that contained the list of rules and for a heartbeat considered telling him to read them. No, was all I said instead. Can I go home now? The ranger glared at me, wanting answers, not getting them was frustrating, I know. So you're about to drive? The ranger asked the EMT. They gave me a once-over, blood pressure, lungs, heart rate. Didn't find anything to be concerned about. I'd say he's physically fine, the EMT said. Ranger said. Go ahead, he said, but I want to talk to you tomorrow. I nodded and stood, gathered my things, and started towards the door. When I got to the open trapdoor, I hesitated, saying it had been hacked open with an axe. I took a tentative first step, then another. Surviving a night, as I had only to fall down several flights of stairs, would be quite ironic. So as I made my way down, white-knuckling the railing the whole way down, I saw people busy at the bottom. They were picking up shell casings with gloves and putting them into plastic bags. I could see spots of blood here and there, but no bodies, neither human nor animal. I saw the trail of blood as it disappeared into the woods. I stood on the bottom step for a long, long time, wondering if I was allowed to step on the ground. I took the step and bolted for my car, started it up, and drove out of there as fast as I could. Just as I turned onto the gravel road, a deer walked out in front of me, and I slammed on the brakes and slid to a stop, mere inches from hitting it. It didn't move. It just stood there, staring at me. As I looked more closely, I could see the blood on its nose and mouth. My heart skipped a beat when I saw the Shredder Ranger's patch impaled on one of its antlers. Its eyes bored into mine as I slammed into reverse, then drive, swerved around it, and broke every speed limit getting home. I called my boss and quit as soon as I got there. Then I packed and started looking for a job in the city. Maybe I can find a nice, quiet warehouse to guard. But as a strange set of rules, I'm walking out. No questions asked. I was a park ranger stationed in a fire tower. It had a strange set of rules by Horror Writer 1717 and r/no sleep. And that is going to bring us to the end of stream for tonight. I appreciate everybody coming by and hanging out with me. We did some Tarkoving. We got some things kind of done. Unfortunately, it is quite the short stream. Yeah, well, it was supposed to be a forest-themed story tonight, which is why I picked the one that I did. Let's see, who are we going to raid out to? No, 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 no. All right, I think we're gonna make a new friend today. But I appreciate everybody coming to hang out with me. We are going to make a new friend. It's the Axel Otter. So they have a adorable name here. If you are here and you are not part of my Discord, please come join us. It's up at the top there. You'll get notifications. You have the option to get notifications of when I'm going to stream, what's coming up with my stream schedule, as well as just coming and hanging out and having a good old time. And if you want to see more Wanderfloof goofiness, I do have my YouTube in the link tree as well as a TikTok. It's kind of barren now. I promise I am working on it. I do have some videos in the making. I just have to put a few final touches, nab a couple of extra clips, and then just kind of finish up polishing and rendering. But I do appreciate everybody coming out. The first raid message is for my amazing subscribers. The second one for my wonderful followers. We're going to go say hello. And again, I really appreciate everybody coming to hang out with me and spend time as we continued our painful runs through Tarkov. We didn't get what we needed to today, but there's always tomorrow. Please make sure that you have a wonderful rest of your time zone, whether it be morning, afternoon, evening, night, noontime, whatever it happens to be. I hope that it is fantastic and you have a great rest of your time. And again, I hope to see you back tomorrow. We'll be going live probably about the same time. Might be running a little bit longer. We'll see what happens, and then we'll get into the weekend and all of its fun pizzazz. But this is going to be our goodbye and good night. Thank you so much. And please remember, life is way too short to be serious at all moments. Take some time and find those things that make you happy and bring you joy. Thank you so much, and take care of yourselves. Good night.